I have anything in my nose?
You do not. It's all clear.
Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Hey everyone, I'm Phil from PalSource, and I'm here with one of our pals, a poet, dog lover, and all-around good person, Sandy. So, what are we doing for today's PalSource Adventure?
First of all, thanks for having me. Today we'll be making homemade dog treats, which only requires 3 ingredients.
Awesome, let's do it.
This 3-ingredient dog treat is extremely simple. The measurements are just a guideline, but the beauty of this recipe is that you can adjust it, so you can always add more peanut butter, less oats, vice versa. So that's the great thing about this. And in my piece, I used an apple, but you can use a banana, apple, sweet potato, carrots. Today we're using a banana though.
How many dog treats is this gonna make?
12 to 2 dozen.
2 dozen from a single banana? Okay, all right. I'm gonna suspend disbelief and just lean into doing the thing. Okay.
So first off, what we're gonna do is take a cup of rolled oats and then put it into the magic bullet. And then I like the magic bullet just because it's really simple, but you can use any blender, any food processor. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the rolled oats into oat flour. And these are great because they're easily digestible for dogs, very healthy.
And so we're making oat flour, but this is just something that, not just for dog treats. I can use this for other stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, here we go. That's it?
That's it. So before we dump that into the bowl, what we're going to do, and that's oat flour. That's it.
Yep.
So we're gonna peel the banana
and
then mash it with a fork in the bowl.
So far, this is super easy.
It's extremely easy. I made a batch yesterday and it only took me about 20-25 minutes. You just wanna mash it up.
Mashing.
And of course, if you have really brown, almost black bananas, don't throw them out because they're perfect for things like this where you can make dog treats. So you can freeze them and you can always use them later. On my pal piece, I say it's approximately a 1/4 cup, which is this, a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, but just for ease, it's essentially a heaping spoonful. And you want to make sure to use, that's perfect.
Okay.
And you want to make sure to use peanut butter that does not have xylitol in it because xylitol is an artificial sweetener and it could make dogs sick. So you want, the more natural the peanut butter, the better. So you mix that all together, you're essentially creaming it.
That does smell good. Are you sure this is for dogs?
Because it's just peanut butter, banana, and oats, you and I can have this later too. It's not just for dogs.
So even though you said it makes about a dozen or so, I think we're gonna have like 8 by the time I'm done with it. I might eat a few of them myself.
And again, it just depends on the size of the cookie cutter. So now what we're gonna do is pour the oat flour into the mixture.
Directly in, okay.
Yep, and combine it all together.
Do I need to do a little bit, then mix, and then, or just all in?
It's your preference, but I find it easy just to do half, incorporate it, and then pour the final half in later.
This is pretty straightforward. Now I'm gonna have to take another look at the piece that you wrote with the apple.
The apple's very easy too, and it's, you know, dogs love it.
Yeah.
I've eaten it. It's very good.
Can we add bacon to it?
You could.
Ooh.
Bacon is totally fine for dogs, and I've made a version of that with bacon before too.
Now I would eat that. I would never have thought to even try to make dog treats if I didn't see your piece.
It's actually just because I like to bake in general, and I thought, you know, so many of the treats that I buy for Bobby, which is my dog, so many of the treats that I buy for Bobby, they have so many fillers and preservatives, and not only is it just bad for them, it, you know, could cause weight gain. And because I like to bake anyway, I thought, let's bake him an all-natural treat. Super simple. He loves it.
So this isn't like a family recipe passed down generations?
No. I just looked up dog-safe ingredients. So something like this, it turned out a little bit more wet than I typically would expect. So again, the beauty of this, quickly just grind up some more oats, add some more oat flour to it so it actually firms up, because this might be a little bit more difficult to roll out with a rolling pin.
Do you get a lot of people asking you for dog treats or how you did it or just anything about it?
Yeah, so the very first time I made this, I gave some to our fur friends in my building. They loved it so much. Now it's kind of a Bobby staple. We've become celebrities in the building because of it. We've made a lot of friends in the building.
Yeah.
So now they know Bobby's name because I put some out in the lobby saying, "Enjoy fur friends, love Bobby," and with a picture of Bobby. So now all of our fur friends and their parents, whenever they see us walking around the neighborhood, they always say, "Hi, Bobby." We've made a lot of friends that way. And so it's my go-to for gift giving. So I make a lot of dog treats for the holidays.
Biscuits in the lobby from Bobby.
Yep.
Oh, love it. I want to show everyone this because this is a little too wet. All right. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to sprinkle this on and let's see the consistency change.
Yeah, so just sprinkle as we go, and then we can always add more.
Sprinkle like that?
That's perfect, and let's see what it looks like.
So for everyone at home that's watching, if you want to become the talk of your building or of your neighborhood, quick and easy dog treats. The Pal pieces use apple. We're using banana. You can use, it sounds like almost anything that you want. Make sure it's dog safe, of course.
Of course, yeah.
And
I've tried sweet potato and carrots, and Bobby tested and approved. He loves them all.
Oh, boom, check that out. So I think we're good.
That's perfect.
All right.
Okay, so
what do we do next?
We're gonna put it on this parchment paper.
Just drop it on there?
Yep. Perfect. Now we're just gonna roll it out.
Okay. Actually, I don't know if I have a rolling pin at home. I should go and buy one. Okay.
They're handy. If you don't have a rolling pin, I've used a glass, a tall glass, to anything with a smooth surface, or like a mason jar. I've even used the palm of my hand just to flatten it out, and it's not going to be even. Yep, you can do that as well. Okay, so the key of using a rolling pin.
It's moving around. I don't.
Nope.
That's not how to do it.
So that's why we wanted the dough to be more dry, because when it's wet, it's harder to roll out. So the key here, let me show you first.
All right.
So the key here is you don't want to press down too hard. All you want to do is kind of gently roll over the surface, like this.
Oh, okay.
Just to flatten it out. So I'll hold the parchment paper for you so it doesn't move around. Yep.
So it's just very
lightly.
This almost becomes therapeutic.
It's fun.
I'm barely pressing down, actually. I'm just kind of letting the roller do all of the work.
That is the key to using a rolling pin. You don't want to press down too hard, because then you just move the entire thing around, or you kind of create a rocking chair with the dough.
Yeah.
That looks good. That's about 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick. So I have 2 different shaped cookie cutters here just for fun. And again, even if you don't have cookie cutters, you can use the lid of a mason jar. You can use your own shapes using a knife. But I just like to keep it consistent and use cookie cutters, just for fun.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start with the big cookie cutter first. All right, and it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter, no.
Okay.
Because each time we finish up this piece of dough, we roll it back up, roll it flat, and do it all over
So
again.
I just go all over it? Okay. And how often do you do this? Make treats?
You know, I've been finding myself baking a lot more lately, because they're so simple.
Right there with it.
Yep. Perfect.
What's something that you wish you knew the first time you tried this versus what you already know about how to do it now?
I think just the fact that it didn't have to be perfect. Whenever one of the shapes didn't turn out, or it was too soft or too dry, I ended up throwing away half the batch.
Oh, no.
It didn't even matter. Bobby ate.
He'd eat it anyway.
He would eat it regardless. And then because there's no baking powder or egg in these, you can kind of pack these pretty close to each other because they're not going to spread.
Oh, that's a good point. I actually was keeping them separate because I didn't want them to run into each other while baking. So earlier I was asking, how many of these are we going to make? And you said like a dozen to 2 dozen. And I see why now, because it's all about the size of the cutout anyway, right? The size of the treat. And we can actually eat this right now.
We could.
And it's fine. You want to?
We could.
All right, okay. We're going to taste test. Went through the
It's good, right?
It's good.
I think it's delicious. Bobby's gonna love this.
Oh, now let's see if I can get this right from the start. No, don't help me.
Well, I just want to make sure.
Actually, I appreciate the help. It does make this a lot easier. Look at that.
These look awesome.
Okay, we have our biscuits cut out. Ready to toast them?
Yeah, we're gonna use my toaster oven. It's gonna be set at 350 for about 12 minutes.
Awesome. Oh, this smells so good.
It smells so good. You did such an amazing job.
Look at that. And it was super easy to do.
Wow.
Can we Can we eat some of these?
I think we should definitely try one.
All right.
They're gonna be kind of hot.
Okay,
They
yeah,
just
that's
came
true.
out, but
I'm gonna try one of these small ones.
Me too.
Actually, I'm gonna need one more.
Wow, these are really good.
Because you also wrote a lot of poetry. What's the story behind that? Like you're a poet, dog lover, and you do these things with jewelry.
The poetry, that's another hobby of mine. I just like to write. A lot of it is from the perspective of an 8-year-old little girl. So they're poetry for kids. And it was just a hobby. I just decided to post them on PalSource. And I know PalSource is where most people go to get, ideas and information. And the poems aren't necessarily informative, but I thought it's a creative platform. It's to share ideas, get people talking. So I thought, let's just share them.
I'm happy with eating these things.
Me too.
But what I'm thinking about right now is we're standing here eating dog treats, which in its own right, it sounds poetic. But we should probably let someone test this so that we know whether or not they're really good dog treats. So what do you say? Should we put these dog treats to the test?
I say we give a couple to Bobby. Yeah.
Let's do it. Today, Sir Bobby, we have a fine treat for you. It is made with, I think he likes it, oatmeal and peanut butter and just a little bit of banana. What do you think? Oh, absolutely, you may have another, please. Indeed, Bobby. Do you need some help? We here value your experience. There you go. Please try it one more time. Great choice, Sir Bobby. I do believe he's enjoying himself. Another PalSource success.
Good job.
So we can only give him 3?
Maybe.
He deserves one more. Come on, Mom.
Oh man,
Come on.
so many calories.
One more smaller one. Now that we're Pal approved, how did I do?
I think that was a huge success. You did fantastic. Bobby obviously loved the treats. That was fun.
Thanks. That's all for today. I'll see you at the next PalSource adventure, and thank you for being a pal.
Thanks.
I'm upset that these are really good.
I don't know. I'm like, wow. Good job, Phil.